Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Random Bracket Battles. I am your host, Ron, as you can see right there on that nifty little, very vintage blockbuster tag. Today is no other episode that hasn't been done before, which is my producers pick out 8 random movies. I'm going to go ahead and put them on the board in no random order at all. I don't care about seeds or anything like that. In fact, I was never into that. Anyways, I thought it was always fun to just do shit random anyways. That's how I have 2 kids that are unplanned. And I'm just going to see which one's going to come on top. I'm going to use my own opinions. I'm positive whatever I pick in each match is going to be vastly different than a lot of people. So, at the end, I love to see, we love to see your guys' picks. Just go ahead and comment down below whatever you would pick. But in order to do that, we need to see which movies are picked first. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. A nifty handy dandy marker. So we got, ooh, Babe versus the Sandlot. This is an interesting one because both are definitely aimed towards kids, and at the same time, like they are timeless. I feel like one is definitely more. It can be passed on more generationally, whereas the other one will stick with you a lot more. Again, that's just me. That's just me. So, quick backstory. I think I watched Babe on VHS, like a lot of us did back in 1995. And then who would have known, like 20, 30 years later, that I would have never understood that the same dude who directed this made Mad Max. How? I don't understand that. I don't understand how you go from this point. I don't understand from like cannibalistic raping psychopaths all the way to a farmer who's going to dance with his animals and then get embarrassed when the animals catch him in the act. I don't understand. But James Cromwell obviously is a standout performer, live human in this. I remember one thing. I haven't watched this in years. I mean, it's been on for my kids every now and then, but they can give a fuck all about this movie. Unless there's a dog. Well, there are dogs in this. So I don't know why they don't care about this. But either way, I remember James Cromwell and his wife had grandchildren, and like the little bitch opens up a present during some kind of holiday. It might be Christmas, it might even be Easter, and she opens it up, and the first thing she says is, "I want a pink one." And I remember my grandma looking at me and going, "If you ever do that, I'm not saying Grandma's going to kick you in the face, but you might get a shoe in the nose." So that definitely taught me a lesson. So that for for that and like just obvious reasons of this being a charming as hell movie really stuck with me. However, my aunt gave me for one of my birthdays gave me The Sandlot. I had no idea what the hell it was. And I popped it, which is the best way to watch movies. Fuck trailers. I can't stand trailers, especially Warner Brothers. Ever since fucking what's it called? Batman v Superman. The trailers half the time are better than the actual goddamn movies. I popped it in, and it was one of those where as soon as it was over, I wanted to watch it again, but I couldn't because I was 9, I think, whenever I was introduced to this movie. But I remember so clearly when Benny, the one who puts on the fat fives, the one who gets chased by the beast, the one who knocks the guts out of the ball, Benny, right? Whenever he's running from Zeus, well, at that time, you know him as the Beast. For some reason, that just made me laugh so much. I was laughing my ass off to where my stepdad had to come in and threaten to turn off the TV. And little did he know, I had a DVD, portable DVD player. So I just kept watching the shit. Fuck him, right? And man, everything about this movie, the more I think about it, just brings more and more glee to my memory of, You're Killing Me, Smalls, What's a S'mores? The fact that there's like this old decrepit thing on the other side of the fence that you have no idea what it is, that this represents hope. This field represents hope, joy, and everything that, without sounding too corny, America is built upon. And right across this fence is just decrepit hell, like tetanus. Tetanus. That's what that stands for. And yeah, man, I think that I stand with a lot of people that would agree with me that the Sandlot's going to go ahead and move on. This is not a slam dunk for me because Babe does have its moments, but it ain't no fucking Sandlot. I mean, there's way more comedy in this one than Babe. But one thing I can take from Babe is I was with a girl, did not respect her at all. She was a see you next Tuesday, and my friend actually hooked up with her, and then he comes out laughing, and I'm like, what happened? She stormed off. Clearly, not a good experience for her. Anyways, he tells me, he's still laughing like minutes later. He tells me, dude, I did one for you. I was like, what, you plow her for me? Good for you, man. He's like, no. Afterwards, I looked deep in her eyes and I was just like, that'll do, pig. And I said, you're a good friend, buddy. Yeah, yeah. Is that PC? Is that kosher? Is it? I don't give a shit. Uh Babe is out. Sandlot's moving on. What is? Oh shit! She is quick. What is it? Oh snap! School of Rock versus Addams Family. Where to start from this? I'm assuming this is the Barry Sonnenfeld uh, Addams Family, not the what's it called? Ah shit, what's it called? Not the animated one, the one that came out in 2019, I believe, for damn sure before COVID. And I mean, if it is that, then this really changes the game up. If it is the 1991 Barry Sonnenfeld one, it's this one is a this one is a movie to be reckoned with because this guy goes on to make obviously the second one, but then Men in Black, and then his his filmography is nothing short after that. But I mean, he did stop, I think, before the 2000s hit. But like for that, it's kind of like he's kind of like John McTiernan of family movies, where he doesn't have a lot, but what he does have in his resume is enough to be classified as one of the best. I don't. Besides, obviously, Christina Ricci, Christopher Lloyd, and Angelica Houston, I don't know anybody else that's in this movie. But when I was growing up, and my dad would take me over to his mother's house, Nana's house, she would either have on Emerald or Addams Family or the CMT music video channel. Uh, and man, I grew up watching the Addams. I mean, what's that app called Pluto where you can just like it's 24/7. It's just Addams Family. I'll catch myself just turning that on and just doing dishes or something. It puts me in a Zen mode. It puts me in a very loving, nostalgic mindset. Because that was just always on at Nana's house. And then I knew this movie was out, but I never like really gave it a chance because I mean, as a kid, I always thought, well, I don't need that. I have this. I'd rather go watch Austin Powers, or I'd rather go watch Iron Giant or whatever. Um, but when I finally got to watch this, I liked it, but I didn't like this huge. Maybe because I watched it way too late, just like the Goonies. I watched it way too late to capture the magic. It was one of those things of Uncle Fester isn't Uncle Fester, but dresses up as Uncle Fester and then remembers he's Uncle Fester. And it's just, you put us through a lot of hoops to really, you didn't have to set any of them on fire. And yet we did. And now we have third degree burns on our scrotum. So thanks, you dick. But it's not to say that it's not a charming movie. It's not a fun movie. It definitely is. I just wish that there was another way we could have just brought the story somehow. I mean, you got to have a movie. This is a TV show. First of all, it was a cartoon written, not even a cartoon, like a news clipping magazine where it was just one picture where it'd be this family, but like they would have a picnic in the graveyard, or everyone be watching a movie, like a whole crowd be watching a movie, but these very distinguishedly shaped family will be looking somewhere else, and there'd be a man falling, but they're still eating popcorn. Like, it's just another damn movie that they're watching. It's just entertainment for them, and that eventually led to the the TV show, and that's how we got this. So I understand that there's really no ground script there. You got to come up with something, and for the whole family to kind of have some kind of conflict, so you have a beginning, middle, end within 90 minutes. You got to have something, and they tried. I much prefer the second one. I mean, Joan Cusack. Come on, that's all I got to say. Pugsley and Wednesday do have their moments, as they always do. I feel like they have more, I'll for lack of a better word, tension in the next one, and family values. But they hit every mark they hit on this one. However, School of Rock is just a fun time because it's Jack Black. I think after this movie, he became a household name. He did. I think Orange County became before this, but for damn sure, Shallow Hal came out before this. High Fidelity came out before this, and that was like his big break with John Cusack. There was another one in the 90s with Seth Green. I forget what the hell it is. It's a small part. Oh, shit. In 1996, he got lasered while holding the American flag because he looks at the aliens and he goes, "I surrender." And the aliens from Mars Attack shoots him, and the fucking dad is going, No, that didn't happen. No, change it. So stupid. How the fuck does that movie not work? Michael J. Fox, Jack Black, Jack Nicholson, fucking Martin Short, and it's a fucking doll. And you got goddamn a whore from one of the whores from Sex and the City, and friggin' James Bond, and there's no chemistry at all. And it's fucking Tim Burton. How the shit does that not work? Anyways, and Danny DeVito with Tom Jones. Shit, man. Oh, fuck, man. That goddamn Tim Burton. This is why Barry Sonnenfeld is like the perfect mix between Sam Raimi and what the fuck's his name? Tim Burton. That's why Addams Family Value is better than anything Burton ever did. I may be stretching that a little bit, but I digress, which I do a lot. Thanks, ADHD. Hi, buddy. School of Rock is charming. It's fun. You get Sarah Silverman as a bitch. I would have never saw that coming, but she plays it beautifully. Yeah, man, this is... I got more to say about it, but I really don't need to because just the name School of Rock will trump over the first Addams Family. If this was the second one, I would have to dive further into both movies. But in this case, School of Rock is going to go on. School of Rock, yeah. I had a crush on Christina Ricci after this movie. Yeah, I think everyone did. Actually, no. I had a crush on her after, for fucking obvious reasons, Black Snake Moan. Damn. Nipples. Yeah, well, that's his nickname. Damn near. It sucks that I know he has that, but knowing what I have been through, what I wish was done to me, I can now apply that to my own son. So, there's a silver lining. God, I love that kid. He's an asshole. Anyways, all right, we are moving on to... Jesus Christ, I can't remember that. Big Mama's House and Osmosis Jones. So, as I'm just writing that, I have a clear idea what's going to win, but let's go and get into it. Martin Lawrence, I forget the premise, but I think like she's got to get into this house to look at some evidence of a bad guy that I think is Terrence Howard. Like I know the bad guy is Terrence Howard, but either like that's it or the what becomes his love interest has an ex-boyfriend, the father of her son, and it happens to be Terrence Howard, or it's just kind of like, oh shit, we didn't know it was the same person. These two parties come together and it's the same person, but it's Martin Lawrence in a fat suit, and I believe this came out after The Nutty Professor. So I'm pretty sure that this was trying to ride the coattails off of the very popular, the very successful Nutty Professor. One of my favorite comedies of all time. Probably would be, yeah, it would be in the top 5. You say top comedies to me of all time. Airplane's going up there. Tropic Thunder's going to go up there. Nutty Professor's going to go up there. After that, I'd probably have to think super bad. After that, I'd probably have to think about it a little bit more, but it wouldn't be shocker. It wouldn't be hard for me to come up with top 10. It's a lot of fun. There's really not much there other than like I want to save it. I definitely want to save it because I think there's more there. Whereas Osmosis Jones, you got Chris Rock. I forget the bitch's name who's in there. I forget who voices the Capsule, who becomes basically like inside RoboCop. You know, like he's got he's a pill, but he has a machine gun as an arm. I wish fucking Tylenol did that. I don't know how the shit it works. This scientist doesn't have any hypotenuses, so I don't know how the fuck that works. But I know people are gonna give me shit for this, and I don't care. Every time I see Bill Murray, besides Groundhog's Day, I can't get past the fact that that's fucking Bill Murray, and it just takes me out of it. Well, I take that back. Groundhog's Day and Caddyshack. That's it. That's the only 2 films I really enjoy him in. I know a couple weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, one of his movies was on here, The Man Who Knew Too Little, which it does have its moments, but it fucking didn't win. If anything, if anything, it went past round 1 and went to round 2. But as soon as it went to round 2, you're a no man's land, bitch. You're getting killed. Just something about Murray. Like when he dies in Zombieland, which fuck that movie. If it's on here, you know whichever one's gonna win. It's gonna be the other one. When he dies, everyone in the audience was like, "Oh no!" It's a fucking comedy about zombies. That these bitches look like fucking Emma Stone and what's her tits? That's in Maggie. I think she was in Little Miss Sunshine too. Can just look great after the apocalypse but then fucking Howie Mandel, no. Woody Harrelson can just beat the shit out of a car because he's mad that these little 2 bitches took his truck and no zombies. These are sprinting zombies and no zombies come up. The fuck? So anyways, whenever he gets shot by, not Zuckerberg, you fucking idiot. Jesse Heisenberg. No, not Heisenberg. Jesse, oh god damn it. Jesse, when Zuckerberg shoots him, everyone in the theater was like, "Oh my god!" And it could have just been that thick. Eisenberg, yeah, Eisenberg. Say my name. When he gets shot, it could have been everywhere, but in this theater, everyone was just, "Oh, gasp!" And I'm laughing my balls off. It's just the same thing that happened in The Grizzly Man, because somebody wanted to take me to that, and this dumbass gets eaten by the end, and I'm the only one laughing my balls off because not only did this dumb cocksucker didn't think that, I know they eat berries, what else do they eat? And then his dumbass gets eaten, but the fact that the fucking idiots who made the movie put it in there, I'm laughing my balls off. Same thing happened to Bill Murray, and not because of the but because I'm glad that he's dead. That being said, Osmosis Jones is not going to go on. Even as a kid, there was something wrong with it, but there's something about it that I didn't really gravitate towards, and that definitely for damn sure carries on today. Chris Rock does a great job, but oh, fuck me, that's right. Lawrence Fishburne plays the heavy. He's easily the best part in it, but to get punked out by a glass of alcohol, you should have known what was going to happen. But who plays this? Chris Elliott. Chris Elliott plays his best friend. That's right. But yeah, either way, which other one? That's how much this movie means to me. Whichever one the other fucking one was going to be, that's one's going to go on. So Big Mama's House is going to go on. Did you see that? I had actually look behind me and go, what was the other one? Because that one's going to go on. People are like skull fucking me through their comments right now. I know what's happening. I don't care about Murray. How are you gonna put Martin Lawrence versus Chris Rock? I can't between. I can't. My favorite black film. Hey, first of all, the favorite black person is Eddie Murphy. Let's get that out of the way. Oh shit. Like, I'm even trying to think of like funny moments from Osmosis Jones, and it's not. Nothing's coming to me. So I know I picked the right one. Ah, Jesus Christ. Oh shit, last one. We got nice. Okay, this one's actually a tough one. These other ones, I could basically just, as I'm writing them down, like, this one's going to win. I have to think about something that's going to keep the interest of the audience to go, which one's he going to pick? This one's really tough because when I heard that they were doing another Jumanji, I'm going, why? That's my Citizen Kane. That's my Godfather. Why the fuck do you have it? Not Godfather. That's my Casablanca. Why the fuck are you doing a sequel to it? There's no reason to do it. You get it. It's a fucking game that you roll the dice and shit comes out and it scares the fuck out of you. Kirsten Dunst is easily her best performance. I'm really excited to see her in Garland's new A24 film, Civil War. I'm really curious on what she can do because they have been hitting fucking bullseyes every time. Even if you want to say I'm throwing the dart and then pinning the bullseye around it, I don't care. They're doing a phenomenal job. Dream Scenario is fucking stellar. Zone of Interest was great. I heard nothing but good things of Iron Claw. So I can't wait for that. But so anyways, you're doing a sequel off of that, and then once I heard Kevin Hart is in it, nothing against him, despite what Cat Williams has to say, and Monique, and a lot of other people. But despite what he has to say, he looks like a charming guy. He seems like a fantastic father. He seems like a great husband to his new wife. He definitely works his ass off. So he definitely holds his own. He's definitely been in the shit. He's definitely worked up to be one of the best comedians, one of the most high-paying comedians of all time. So good for him. But at that point, I was getting kind of fucking sick and tired of, okay, can we just do without this dude? Because you had The Ringer with him and Josh Gad. The very next year you had, that same year, kind of the same premise, kind of. You had Get Hard with Will Ferrell. The next year you had Central Intelligence with Dwayne Johnson, and fuck that movie. This movie is what I like to call grandma's movie, which is a grandma could turn it on and go, they're making jokes. Ha 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 ha. Can I have cheese curds and wine now? Ha, look, he's small. And the other one's big. So whenever I heard that these two were in this movie, I'm going, and then you bring Jack Black in it, and it's just like, what are you doing to this fucking icon? What, you just bringing inside? It's kind of like the Eternals, where this movie is dog shit, but you're bringing in Angelina Jolie because her figure is going to put asses in seats. And then you're going to put, God damn it, I can't remember his fucking name, but the guy who knows how to do with gears, he just got nominated recently. Motherfucker, he was in Bullet Train. It's got 3 words. He was in Godzilla. Whatever, I don't care. You put all these big names in here, and you think it's going to sell. That's what I generally thought that this movie was going to be. And you put Karen Gillan in it, which, by the way, does anybody remember Sky High? I fucking forgot. I forgot that she was that. Nebula is that. So she was a superhero way before anybody else. Of course, that same year, Fantastic Four came out. So maybe her and Chris Evans are the same thing. Anyways, thank you, ADHD. Nope, didn't answer that time. When I watched it and the kid picks it up, the first kid picks it up, who ends up being Nick Jonas in the game, picks it up and just goes, it's a board game, fuck this. And then the video game sees that, sees the video, or the Jumanji sees the board game and goes, oh, I have to adapt. That brings up a whole bunch of questions. One being, was this ever not a board game? Could have this been a deck of cards? And then just think about it. In the 1800s, it's a deck of cards. I don't know how shit comes up after that. But even if it was, and then some kid's like, yeah, but we have Monopoly now, so fuck these cards. I'd rather play with this. And then it becomes a board game. And then even if it was cards, or whatever the fuck it was, what was it before that? And before that, it brings up a lot of good questions, and it's a great way for you to change it, because this is way more of a comedy, way more of an action comedy, and it definitely has its moments. And I'm not fucking infuriated by, oh, Kevin Hart, he's small. Let's make small jokes about that. It actually makes sense. The one problem I have about his character is the teenager of yeah, he's big and now he's small. I get that joke. The part I don't get is, why do they cast somebody who can't, what's that word? Act. Don't understand it? Never will. The other kid, he was in Hereditary. Something Wolf. No, not Finn Wolfhard. Peter fucking something. God, no. Peter was his name in Hereditary. Son of a bitch. Anyways, he's in Old with, in 2001, the M. Night Shyamalan movie. Like I said, he's in Ari Aster's 2018 amazing A24 movie, Hereditary. Anyways, he plays that younger kid, and then that's besides the kids, that's all I really know. But this is a very enjoyable movie. One of those movies I kind of wish I would have watched in theaters, but like I said, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. What song are they gonna put on there? I don't know. This movie, Jennifer Aniston and this guy are gonna try to fuck. It's called I can't remember that fucking song now, from Whitney Houston, done by Dolly Parton. This bit has just fucking died. This is why I wish we would edit these, because I'm dog shit today. So, anyways, this movie does have a lot of charm. Yeah. Moving on to which other one? George of the Jungle. When Brendan Fraser won his Oscar for, yet again, A24, The Whale, playing Charlie, I was ecstatic. More ecstatic than a lot. When the presenter, I don't know her name, when the presenter was giving the award in 2023 Oscars for Best Supporting Actor, and it's this guy, and Ke Huy Quan, she almost teared up for Ke Huy Quan, because when he won, everybody was roaring, because who doesn't know this guy from Gadget? Not Data. Gadget from The Goonies, and Short Round from Temple of Doom. Fucking Spielberg, watch this guy get an Oscar. That's amazing. And when everything won Best Picture, Harrison Ford was the presenter, so that was like, oh, that's fucking sweet. Anyways, everyone was losing their fucking marbles over that. I was that feeling when Fraser won, because that guy is Rick O'Connell to me, and secondly, he is George of the Jungle. That movie kicks ass. This 1997 or 1996, I want to say, but definitely late 90s. This movie has, it's stupid, but it's kid stupid, but not teaching them stupid things. It doesn't mock anybody. It doesn't degrade anybody in any way. It doesn't point the finger of, you idiot, why are you watching this movie? It doesn't do any of that. It's so much fun. It's 1997. God damn it! Another movie I can add to that year. That year has gangbusters of movies. Um, there's so many funny, dumb bits, like the gorilla trying to have sex with like the heavy. I forget his name, but like he runs this gorilla like 2 or 3 times. It's Tookie Tookie. I I haven't watched this movie in like 15 years, and I'm still laughing about it. And it's great, man. I think I have my answer. It's George of the Jungle, because the first thing I did when I talked about Welcome to the Jungle, I was just bashing it. I got nothing bad to say about George of the Jungle, other than I haven't seen it in so long. So if anything, that's a silver lining for me to go, all right, I gotta buy it and then put it up on my DVD rack of like the first rack right here. I'm not gonna move the camera, but the first rack is shit I want to watch next. That's gonna go up there next. So yeah, George of the Jungle is moving on. Okay, finally, we're gonna move on to round two. Halfway done. So the Sandlot versus School of Rock. Definitely a tougher one now. I'm trying to think of a way to break this down to see which one's going to go up against the other one. And the idea I can come up with off the spot is is sorry, I'm hearing my kids upstairs, and that's taking me in and out. School of Rock. School of Rock has. Neither of these movies have a clear message. Neither of these movies have like, hey, here's a guy who needs to learn something, and now he learned something, and now us as the audience learn something. It is a shut off your mind. Both these are shut off your mind and just enjoy it. The factor that I would give the edge over the other one is that at least The Sandlot has a don't judge a book by its cover. So maybe I just am a hypocrite of what I just fucking said. That just because something looks to be a certain way doesn't mean it is a certain way. And I really do appreciate that. And that did, I mean, did I follow it growing up? No. But but I remember holding that lesson very near and dear to my heart, to where that is what I'm going to try to impasse onto my kids, of just because there's a legend of a story that you don't get their side to doesn't mean it isn't, doesn't mean it's true. I mean, how the beast, the black and white, where Squid is talking about how the beast became the beast, and it goes in black and white, and it's just the dog is just massive. That's got to be a game of telephone said by kid to kid to kid, that this dog just probably just got as big as it could. Probably what really happened was the grandfather, maybe it was a great grandfather, but the relative of Squid, maybe it was a puppy, but it was just so happened to be a bigger puppy, to where it was maybe 2 or 3, but maybe he just assumed that this is a 6-month-old dog. So, like, oh shit, this is a big fucking dog. You got to go under. You got to keep him out here or whatever. And maybe like something happened to where the 2 burglars that got eaten. Probably what happened was it's a junkyard. There's sharp, rusty metal at tetanus everywhere. Just a bukkake with fucking germs. Probably what happened was they got spooked by the dog or something. They ran and they impaled themselves or something or whatever, and they just either got hurt or died. And that's one of many ifs, because no child was there. Hell, nobody could tell what really happened. So I think that's what happened, of just like this big ass game of telephone just keeps going on, to where this dog is massive, and that's what we're dealing with now. And the way that they set that up and get away from it just to come back to it, it gives you a nice plant. I'm still an idiot when it comes to, I love movies. I'm still an idiot when it comes to movies. Dude, as a 9-year-old, I had no idea. I thought you were just telling a fucking story. I had no idea that that part of the movie was going to come back. And when it did, I'm going, oh shit, how are they going to get this ball back? and it creates a really good plot line. It's an incredible third act, but 1 and 2 are impeccable to me. School of Rock, there's really nothing there that you can teach other than just here's Jack, just like Kevin Hart, here's Jack Black. He's more attuned to kids than he is adults. Woo! And then eventually the adults go, hey, you do have something to give. Hey, you can get you can learn something from the kids. Everyone's happy now. Credits. I'm not trying to take anything away from School of Rock, but it is a trend with Jack Black movies, especially after this one. Look at fucking Kung Fu Panda. I'm interested in what the fourth one's like because I love that. I love that trilogy. It might be. It can't be a trilogy now, but if How to Train Your Dragon comes out with the fourth one, I'm very curious to see what people say. Which one's a better franchise? Because How to Train Your Dragon, oh man, that shit goes hard. I by a sliver, my edge has to go with The Sandlot, just because I grew up with that movie. I can still watch it today, and I'm still going to be glued to it. Whereas School of Rock, I can see myself getting up and walking away and just taking care of stuff and just be like, oh, they're playing Smoke on the Water now. Get up and go away. Hey, he's yelling at the drummer for hanging out with these dumbasses. So, yeah, but Sandlot, I could put that on. It's my Shawshank Redemption. No matter what time, no matter what point of the movie it's on, I'm sitting down and I'm watching till the end. The Sandlot is going to the finals. Big Mama's House versus George of the Jungle. Here's where it gets tricky. The importance of music education. There you go. No, you're not wrong. You're for damn sure not wrong. Art and imagination are way more powerful and way more needed than knowledge. So that was my favorite movie on this list. But I also love baseball. There you go. An all baseball movie, that'd be tough to do. Major League would probably win that. Such a black hater, but I do not approve. Squirrel Rock has so much heart. It does. It for sure does. All right, so Big Mama's House versus George of the Jungle. Here's where it gets conflicted because I can't remember much of the plot line for either, other than for Big Mama's House, it's we need to get in that house. The mama's gone. Let me dress up like the mama, and I'm gonna go ahead and find the evidence. Even though I look nothing like her or I don't sound anything like her, but fuck it, here's a movie. But fuck. George of the Jungle, I honestly don't remember what happens. I that makes me sound ignorant. That makes me sound rude and crass. That's an exaggeration. I really need to give this a rewatch, but I can't see how this can move on if I can't remember that much about it. The only reason it won over Welcome to the Jungle is because I think of both movies, I think of both titles, I think of both covers, and I get way more glee out of one than I do the other. Whereas the other I have conflicting interest over. Whereas this one, because I watched it, 20 years ago, maybe, who knows? I have nothing but admiration and fun with it. Whereas now, if I watch it, I'd be like, "There's a problem. There's a problem," because I have these fucking cinephile eyes. There's a problem. There's a problem. There's a problem. But yeah, I can't remember much about it, and I feel like because of that reason, I can't remember one specific moment where it's Big Mama's house. I can at least remember, get the Crisco. Why? She's having a baby. You need to give me a pair of tongs too. Why, Mama? So ridiculous. Because of that, Big Mama's house has to move on. If I would have watched George in the Jungle like a week ago, I would be like, this is a fucking landslide. But I don't remember much about it. So there you go. Oh shit. That one's tough. That one really hurt. I wanted it to move on, but I don't have any more ammunition in that Magnum. What the fuck's his name? Dirty Harry is going, Did I watch it 5 years ago or 15 years ago? Or do you feel lucky, punk? If that was God, I'm Clint Eastwood. Holy hell! Be careful what you wish for, punk. Oh man, Bruce Almighty! I can't wait for that movie to pop up here because I got so much to say about that. So, the last two movies, The Sandlot versus Big Mama's House. I am positive everyone here who's watching, which if you are, thank you very much for staying tuned. It's pretty obvious where I'm going to go. I'm going to try to give one movie its last leg of, hey, Paul Giamatti's in here. He's swell. Martin Lawrence was cool, but once the third Big Mama's House came in, it tarnished not as much as The Matrix. That and Terminator should have been its own shoot me, sue me, I don't give a fuck. Terminator should have been its own goddamn movie. And what else I just say? And Matrix should have just been its own fucking movie. Big Mama's House, same thing. You didn't have to milk all this shit. You know it took them 18 days to film Big Mama's House? Not to say that's how much they gave a shit about it. You can have like a positive attitude of like, okay, that's how talented everyone is, that they just got this shit wrapped up. I look at that and go, with my narcissistic eyes, with my pessimistic eyes, of there's really not much to fucking do here other than a stunt when this big fat bitch, Martin Lawrence, has to play basketball. That's it. The Sandlot, though. The first movie I got introduced to the Wolfman. Dude, when I finally popped in the Wolfman, I don't know, 10 years ago, and when Clancy Jr. is talking to the gypsy woman, I'm going, oh, that's not the fucking Sandlot. That's where it's from. Oh, shit. It made me love the Wolfman even more. It's my favorite mythical creature of all time. Dude, there's so... I cannot end this episode without the biggest scene in this movie where Squid and all the guys say, fuck baseball today, it's too hot. They go to the pool. Squid nervously goes to the edge of the pool and drops in. And Wendy Peppercorn saves him. I'll never forget that name. Saves him, and he just, tongue and all, makes out with her. And it's just, you are now my hero. Like, it's genius that the nerdiest looking kid has the biggest balls. And uses them because eventually what did he say at the end? Squid and Mary Peppercorn married, and they have, it's something ridiculous, 12 children, I think, and they got married. Yeah, it's awesome. This movie has so much, and it has a token black guy. So there you go, 90s. He's the picture. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, today's winner is 1993's The Sandlot. I got way too much nostalgic for that movie. I tell you what, when that was on here, I'm going, it's going to take a heavy hitter for that to go down. So I'm very glad that won today. So, whoa, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in today. Look at that, that's my record. Under 45 minutes of going through this. This was a very tough list. I mean, family videos, family movies for any age is very near and dear to everyone's heart, as long as you like the movie, I guess. And yeah, this is a lot of fun. I want to thank the producers of today's show. You guys did a wonderful job, as always. And thank you guys. And please comment down below which one is going to win round after round. If it is a Sandlot, great. And if it's a Sandlot with a different outcome, please let me know. The takeaway from this is watch George of the Jungle again. That's what I'm going to do today. Maybe Osmosis Jones, but I'll just fast forward past Bill Murray. But then again, he's with Chris Elliott, so every time I see him, I cannot think of Scary Movie or something about Mary. But there you go. Anyways, everybody, I'll see you next week, and thanks for stopping by.